make good choices, good things happen. Feed what I want to do, feed where I want to go, starve the negativity, starve the destructive behavior. It'll die. What I feed grows. The greatest tool you and I have as people, and this is what makes us unique beyond every other living being entity that has a heartbeat on this planet, every other animal, every other germ, every other specimen, I don't care what's out there that's a living organism. What makes you and I unique is whatever we put our time and our focus into grows. What we feed will build and what we starve will die. Time and focus are the most valuable tools we have as people. Because if I can learn to focus my time on something and my energy and my intention on something, it will magnify. If I take that magnifying glass and I put it on that piece of paper with that sun, the time and the focus will burn that thing up. And everything that you face in your life is the exact same way. You don't have to be the most qualified. You don't have to be the most gifted. You don't have to be the most talented. I don't care what your past has been. I don't care what you have been through. Begin to take control, put your time, your focus, and the energy on the objectives that you want to create for your life and go get it. And I don't care about anybody's negativity around you. Drown them out. Be the shark around that prey. You circle that thing over and over again, and you don't let anything distract you. I promise you, that's what I did, man. I wrote those words, change the world. And I said it every single day. I want to take ownership of my life, and I'm going to make choices that build and don't tear down. I developed 5 habits in my heart, my mind. It's a whole other talk that I could get into. I'm not going to get into too much, but let me hit a few points. But every day I started to say, if I can live a life of transparency, accountability, which means I'm going to talk, I'm going to allow mentors and coaches into my life. I can't do this on my own. I need community. We were born to live in relationship with people. None of us are an island, but that causes me to live transparent. I've got to be willing to talk about my stuff, even though it's super uncomfortable sometimes, even though sometimes I don't trust people, even though sometimes I don't feel like people always have my best interest in mind. I'm not telling you to air your mare out there to anybody. But there are people in your life that you've got to allow to lean on. Transparency is a powerful tool because it also causes you to process and do your thing. I talk to people not because I need you to always give me a great answer. I talk to people because I believe in the human mind, and we are freaking geniuses. Every single one of you. You are a genius. You have the ability to process, to think, to decision make, to create. You are a unique, very unique person. How many of you, if you're honest with me, do you know you have these choices and these areas in your life that you want to try to move towards? You know that you want to try to change. You know you want to face some of these struggles, but fear sometimes paralyzes you. Anybody in here? Yeah, man, I've learned in my journey that I have to skydive that thing. And here's what I mean. I know sometimes, as when I was growing up, I didn't trust anybody. I know things have happened to me. My dad abandoned me. I isolated. And I always said, if I find the perfect person that I can count on, if I find the perfect person that I can trust, then I will. But the truth is that person's not here. People are people, and they're going to let you down. I've learned I can't put my trust and my confidence in the people, but it's in the process and the discipline and the action of the habit of finding the courage to punch fear in the face and take the step of beginning to trust people, which means I started talking, I started speaking. I learned to skydive that thing, and here's what I mean. There's a lot of fears and insecurities all of us have. We all have insecurities. Like it, love it, or leave it. We all have things inside of us that we try to keep secure because we have shame or guilt or embarrassment or we care what others think. I've learned to skydive that thing. Last year, a bucket list that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to go skydiving. I'm an adrenaline junkie, but the problem is now, where I'm at in my life, I'm a husband and I'm a father. And I guess my wife doesn't approve of me jumping out of planes at 15,000 feet. So I thought something that I've always wanted to do, I was never going to get the opportunity to do. But I was in Oregon and I got done early and I saw a sign and it said Skydive Oregon. And so I was like, yeah. I called my wife. If I can get my wife to say, yeah, we're all good, I call her and I'm like, hey, honey, I got done a little bit early. I've always wanted to. You know, it's something that I've desired to do. I think I'm gonna go skydiving. Nah, I'm cool. I'm not going to. Yeah, maybe. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm all right. I don't need to do that. It's not probably smart. And she says, I don't think she meant it at all, but she says, because I don't think she wanted to control me, she says, oh, no, honey, go for it. Do whatever you want to do. But yeah, if you don't want to do it, no big deal. That's cool, too. Click. Dude, I know she didn't mean it, but my eyes got so big, she said yes. So 20 minutes later, I call her. I'm packed up. I got an instructor around me. I'm at Skydive Oregon, and I call her. Her eyes get so big, I hung up. She ain't saying no. I'm all in. But as I start going through the process of skydiving, as the instructor shows up, and as he starts walking me through this process, my anxiety started getting higher. Like, he started coming to me and saying, listen, here's your pack, here's your chute, here's how you're gonna fall. He put me on this counter. He said, this is my 9th jump today. I said, what, bro? 9 times? Do you pack your chute? He said, every time. I said, so you packed your chute 9 times today? Are we gonna test the odds? Are we good? We're cool on one more? Did you get tired? Did you miss a fold? He said, nah, bro, it's cool. He showed me how he did it. Dude, my anxiety, it's getting higher. This little ratchety plane lands. Ratchety. He said, all right, bro, let's get in. Whoa! He's from Oregon, so he's already kind of weird and a hippie. As we get into the plane, we start ascending. He slides in behind me. My anxiety is on 10. Just like some of you, when you need to trust. You know that you want these areas in your life that you're insecure, and you get to the edge and fear paralyzes you and anxiety gets higher. Dude, I was right there. I've always wanted to do this, but through the process, I was so uncomfortable. As we get to 13,000 feet, he said, listen, bro, we got 6 connectors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna connect this. I'm gonna hit all 6 3 times. Do this. Woo! You're gonna do it. You know, I know, we're secure. Skydive Oregon. I'm like, 13K. He pulls the door up. He says, listen, the free fall's only gonna be about 30 to 40 seconds. I want you to experience this moment. So we're gonna scoot to the door. We got 2,000 more feet of climbing. And as we scoot to the door, and as we begin to get to that place, I want you just to lean out of the plane. I'm holding on, and I'm like, no! He said, okay, now we're there. Here's the next piece that I want you to do. I want you to take the bottom of your feet and touch the bottom of the plane and hang there. I got you. And I'm like, no! Dude, I was terrified. In that plane, which was the safest place that I could have been, I've never felt more anxiety and fear in my life, even though I've always wanted to do it. But as soon as I trusted the process, and as soon as I trusted the community of those entrusted to help me learn to skydive, as soon as he got to that place at 15K and he said go, and I took that step, and we skydived that thing, all the anxiety, all the fear, it evaporated. As I free fell and I saw Mount Hood, Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, I've never felt more on top of the world. There's a lot of you in here that you struggle with trust. Fear has paralyzed you. You know there's areas in your life that you want to change, you need to change, but man, you get to the very precipice at that door and you run back because it is uncomfortable, and I need you to know change is uncomfortable. I've learned to skydive.